What's going on, Sky Squad? We are back in the building. Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday. We back, baby. We back. Listen, if you guys are in the chat right now, go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. You know, I like to know where my people are. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. Hit that notification bell button. And as you guys can see, there's a number right there on the screen for you guys to text me so that I can add you to my texting community to text you as soon as a new video drops. Now, we've got a little bit of news about Wendy Williams that has somewhat resurfaced today. I say resurfaced because I do know that this news had also been brought to us earlier by Tasha K. So we're going to talk about that with regards to Wendy Williams. We're also going to be talking about Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly. Is there a little bit of a fallout going on there? We're going to talk about that. And we got to talk about these Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion looks, okay? They just dropped. Now, in truth, today I was going to pre-record this video because, you know, pre-recorded videos tend to get a lot more traction on YouTube with the algorithm. But I like to go live because I like to have a connection with y'all. So I felt like because these reunion looks dropped, we had to, you know, talk about them as a community. Y'all know how we all do, okay? We got a couple of people in the house already. Some from Houston. I see you. Illinois, Bethlehem, Duncanville, Nottingham, the UK. Hey, come on, rub this good old head of mine for some good luck. I see you. I see you. I'm not mad at it. We got Cali in the building, Dallas, Milwaukee in the place to be, Northeast DC over there. Okay. I see you. Word of you coming on up in here with the comment. We got Sky Squad is always in the building. London, UK. I was hoping to be able to get out in London while I had my layover there while I was in Cape Town. Side note, Real Housewives of Cape Town is definitely coming into fruition. I just found this information out. It will likely be on Showmax. So as soon as I figure out how to watch these shows on Showmax, we in there like swimwear, y'all. Seashells. Oh my God. I literally just discovered where Seashells was. So super excited that you're in the building today. Indiana, Brooklyn, Philly. I see y'all. New Jersey. Come on through. Come on through. Thank you so much. Route 21. Route 21. Got this for about $25, you know. Let's get into it, shall we? Without further ado, we want to go on ahead and head on over to one of our favorite sites, which is the Neighborhood Talk, okay, on Instagram. So let me pull this up. Now, I know for a lot of you guys, this is going to be a little bit shocking. And for some of you, you probably have already seen this. And for some of you, you probably heard this information before because this is not news, especially if you are fans of Tasha K. She's already come out and basically put this information out there, but the Sun is also following up on this story as we see here from the Neighborhood Talk. Now, here's the situation. Just to give you guys a little bit of context, back in 2020, we had Wendy Williams was doing some of her shows from home. Now, during that period of time, people were a little bit concerned because sometimes she would appear on the show, you know, starting the segments, you know, sobbing and crying. And she actually talked about later on how she really didn't like doing the show from home. So there is now, you know, other reports coming from what the Sun says are multiple sources, okay, that she struggled heavily during the pandemic with, you know, alcohol and especially doing the show from home. Now, apparently there was an incident where her behavior was so concerning on air that someone called her manager, you know, and let the manager know that, hey, something is going on with her. So when people got to the apartment to check on her, now I'm told it was a small group of confidence based on what we see here. Wendy was allegedly naked in her room and was touching herself in an interesting way. All right. They apparently, allegedly, according to this, called the paramedics to calm her down, and then they admitted her to the hospital. At that point, the show was postponed. All of those episodes wiped from the Instagram account. And allegedly, everyone, according to a source, everyone who witnessed the incident has been cut out of her life. Clearly, if this incident, with the way that this is kind of going down, I can definitely understand why they cut those episodes off from her Instagram and probably YouTube as well. I can't recall. I didn't do a deep dive on that. As we always talk about on this show, I try to talk about these types of subjects with as much sensitivity as I possibly can. I have no way of knowing exactly the struggle and the turmoil that she may be going through. And we send our thoughts and our prayers out to Wendy and her family. Just the other day, there was a photo that surfaced from, I believe it was her son, who had posted a photo of his mom, drinking a green juice, and she was looking relatively healthy here. So we want to also, I try to keep this as positive as possible because I don't know what the situation is that's going on with Wendy. And to be quite honest with you, I really want to talk about this really and react to it from the standpoint of the people who are having to work with and work through these types of instances in terms of staff. It is very difficult when you are working on a talk show in general. I can only tell you that, especially when it's live. Now, for me, I've done live to tape, which is where you film as though you're doing it live, so you can't be messing up. And then they send that to, whatever distribution or network or whatever it's going to air on. And then there is live TV, which I also do with Good Day DC. And I can only tell you from the little bit of time that I'm there, my hats are off to, the hosts that are able to get up and do that thing every single day live. It's a lot of work. So I say all that to say, I'm trying to understand from my perspective how they navigate this with a host who may be having some types of issues. And so that's why I want to offer grace in this situation as much as I can, because I know it's got to be difficult for the staff. It's got to be difficult for them to keep quiet because some of these things are out of this world. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what they're seeing. So it's a very interesting situation to navigate here. And I try to say as much grace as we can send to Wendy and her family and the staff. Let's do so. What we also know from Wendy Williams' show is that Michael Rappaport has had to pull out of hosting the Wendy Williams show because he has had an encounter with the pandemic as well. So lots going on with the Wendy Williams show right now. Personally, as I've stated before, I think for the health and the safety of Wendy and everyone involved, I think that maybe they should move this show in a different direction. I think that they should go on ahead and bring on Sherry Shepherd as a host of her own talk show and then keep things moving from there. Allow Wendy the time and the space to heal and to get over whatever it is that she needs to get through in order to get to the other side and to get over the hump, because I am sure that all of this pressure, the pandemic, the divorce has taken a toll on her. And in order for her to become her best self once again, I think she's going to need to take a break from the spotlight, take a break from the show, and just go and get herself together. That's really all I can say about the situation at this point. You know what I'm saying? So that's really it. And I think what this, and again, this was this allegedly occurred in 2020. So now looking at this in 2022, it does offer us more perspective on some things that we've seen over the course of these past 2 years as it relates to the Wendy Williams show and the news that we're hearing about her currently. So basically, what I'm saying is it definitely opens up the scope of, okay, this is the situation and this is the magnitude of it and this is the severity of it. Let's take her out of this role for right now and let's get her the help that she needs and let's allow her to heal as she needs to do. Bottom line. That's all I can say. And again, today was one of those days where I was going to pre-record, but I felt like, doing this live might be a little bit better because I can really give you guys a general sense of my feelings about the situation. Okay. Shout out to Tasha K, because the news did come from her a while ago first. So we want to also acknowledge her. And If I can find the video, I will put that in the description of this video as well, because we also want to give credit, especially when the source comes from a content creator who is of color. I'm always going to do that. Let's move on to our next story. Okay. Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly. Is there some beef brewing here in the cauldron of Married to Medicine, okay, in this new season coming up? All right. Is there some beef brewing? Now, I got to tell y'all the truth, okay? I likes both of these ladies right here. Dr. Heavenly is going to tell it like it TI is. And there's something that I just admire about the way that Dr. Contessa handles herself. I feel like, especially watching her navigate this whole situation with Dr. Scott, you almost get the sense that she never really wanted to put all of their business out there like that. Even though he was making himself look a certain type of way by the things that he was saying to her, my general sense was that she was still trying to protect him throughout that entire situation, and he wasn't doing himself any favors. You know what I mean? And previously in this past season and seasons past, I mean, except for when Dr. Contessa first came on the scene and they had a little beef with her and Dr. Heavenly, it seems to me like moving forward, they had just had, you know, some pretty decent energy together. But now, based on what we're seeing from our friends over at Urban Bell Mag, what they got from one of Dr. Heavenly's lives was an inkling that maybe things ain't looking too hot between these two ladies, okay? So Urban Bell Mag pointed out, they say when Dr. Heavenly was asked about Dr. Contessa, she says, "Can you answer any questions about Contessa? Y'all asking me questions about Contessa. I'm going to leave it alone. Y'all will see. Y'all will see that, okay? Is Contessa on the show? Because I ain't mentioned her, have I?" So that is very, very interesting that she would respond in that manner, okay? Almost as if Dr. Contessa didn't even film this season. I mean, the way it kind of comes across here. Now, y'all know Dr. Heavenly, she could be a little bit cryptic with what she wants to say, because she can't say too much, because she can't really give away the story. You know what I'm saying? But it does make one wonder, you know, what is going on, because when you look at the Instagram, okay, as I know we all do, what we will see is we will see Dr. Heavenly photoed with Dr. Jackie, with Anila, with even Carrie Wells, with Quad, but we don't never see them other three ladies with them. We don't ever see Dr. Simone with them. We don't ever see Dr. Toya. I mean, she ain't no doctor, but y'all know where I was going with it. You don't never see Toya with them, and you never see Dr. Contessa with them. Okay. Now, what I do know is when back into a corner, Dr. Contessa don't play. Okay. Quite frankly, she looked like she could, you know, body slam somebody. You know what I mean? So I would be a little bit, you know, I might would tiptoe around her if I was some of them ladies. No shade. Mm-hmm. So we got some things to look forward to when the new season of Married to Medicine comes out. And I don't know what they're waiting on, because Sunday night's about to be dry, okay? Sunday night's about to be dry. Porsche about to end, okay? The family mess is about to end. I don't know what we're going to do after that, okay? And I'm talking about the black shows. Yeah, I am. I is. I don't know what we about to do, because once that goes off, all we got is Salt Lake City. And I mean, I like Salt Lake City, I does, but at the end of the day, I mean, we used to having our black shows on Bravo TV on Sunday nights. So, I mean, you know, okay. We had a super chat in the building real quick. Let me acknowledge that before I move on. She is strong in her convictions, very strong in her convictions. Michelle Walker says the only beef brewing is a storyline for Heavenly and Contessa. You so silly. I mean, y'all know they got to bring us something. Y'all know they got to bring us something, and I'm here for it. You know, fun fact, this is Married to Medicine is a show with a large majority of the cast that has not really changed all that much in the past. What, this will be the 9th season? That's a pretty big feat right there. So we got to give it up to those ladies. Rihanna Thomas says, Richie, how long do you think this type of reality TV will realistically last? That's a very good question. Very good question. Well, I think one of the things that you will notice is that reality TV overall is the ratings are going down. And I don't know whether or not that is to say that all of this is coming to an end anytime soon, or if it is a simple fact that there are so many streaming options out there for people to watch that at a certain point in time, it's like the audience is going to be more and more divided because we have more and more options now. You think about it, back in the day when Atlanta and Jersey were at their height, we didn't have all of these other streaming services in rotation, taking all of our dollars every month because that's what they do. And they're getting all of my dollars, but we didn't have all that back then. So really all we had was the network TV and the shows that they put in front of us. So yes, on Sunday nights, we were all sitting in front of the TV watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But now we have so many more options of things that we could be doing and things that we could be watching. It's definitely split audiences in so many different ways. And I do think that there is a certain point where a certain type of reality TV show may not appeal to viewers in the same way based on the things that we go through in life, right? We in the middle of a pandemic. Maybe sometimes now seeing some women, you know, pull each other's hair, okay, or seeing some guys brawl ain't really what we want to see no more. We want to see glitz. We want to see glamour. We want to see stuff that is aspirational. And I just had this conversation with someone yesterday. We want to see, you know, aspirational living. That's where we are in this moment. You got people online telling everybody this, invest in stocks, invest in crypto. People are trying to live a good life these days. And so that's what we want to see on our TV, which is the reason why you have shows that are on Netflix that focus a lot more on the glamorous aspects of reality TV and personal stories. That's why you see those types of shows on the rise. I'm really convinced of that. We want to see fabulosity. We do. And we want to see fabulosity with a hint of realistic feeling drama, but we want to see those types of lives because we want to be transported into those places and we want to feel like we're there. Tanya says, DJ, I only watch the black show, so absolutely no shade. What will I do on Sunday nights? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why we need them to go ahead and start the editing process for Married to Medicine and go on ahead and give it to us. We need something to do. Give us something. Feed us. Okay? You got to feed us. You got to keep us fed so we can stay interested. Because if you ain't going to keep us fed, we're going to move on to something else. And it's going to be some other network, i.e. OWN, that's really on the come up, giving us what we want. Okay? Boom. Okay, boom. And I'm gonna check this show out because, you know, it's on. And I'm really into supporting them at this point because they definitely been giving us, I think, what we need. Real quick, we got another super chat real quick. Hey Richie, off subject, but will you be watching London Lit? What is that? Can you tell me what that is? Describe that for me. What is London Lit? And what network is it on? Let me know. while we doing that, we about to get into these Salt Lake City looks. And shout out to our friends over at Faces by Bravo. All right. So before I get into this, I'm just pulling up this first one right quick. The ladies for Salt Lake City for their season 2 reunion, they're in jewel tone dresses. Okay. Now, Whitney right here is in an emerald number. I'm going to give you guys the overall looks, and then we're going to go kind of one by one and sort of get what you guys think about the overall looks for this season reunion. I will tell you that I do like the color combination in general. I like the blue and the white background. I like the idea of the color tones because I do feel like they are on a theme, which is better than the Beverly Hills reunion. Okay. But there are some people that pull the looks off better than others. So first things first, I'm going to pull up Whitney. You guys can rate the dress. We're not rating how they look overall. Just rate the dress on a scale of 1 to 10, what you guys think, if she served it or not. Personally, this was one of my favorite looks from this particular bunch right here. I thought that it was sleek. The emerald green is form-fitting. It looks good. I felt like she did something here, okay? In comparison to some of the others, I felt like she did something here. Now, a lot of you guys don't agree. A lot of you guys don't agree with it, but I love it. I like it for her. I mean, I feel like she pulled this off, and again, it's simple, but it's elegant. It feels youthful, like her personality. I definitely feel like the hair works in this instance. I feel like she did it. Caroline says it's screaming prom. Okay. Now I ain't see nobody at my prom with this type of dress on, but you know, a lot of people feel the same way. Love the color, not the dress. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. So let's move on to our next young lady, Jen Shaw. So I'm going to tell you that for Jen, I expected something like this. Now, this dress is, let me see if I can get you the intel on it. The color is purple. It's a deep purple hue, as they say in the description. They don't really give you much about the designers on BravoTV.com. All I know is the color. Okay. Now, I hope whoever designed this gown didn't get the wrath of Jen Shaw like the last person that was designing her gown. Hopefully she ain't, you know, hopefully she ain't cuss him out. You know what I'm saying? I like the color of this. There's something about the color of this that is the color of this is somebody said Disney villain. The Ronnie. Fun fact, y'all. I used to host AfterBuzz TV, Real Housewives of Potomac when it first came on back in the day with Ronnie at AfterBuzz TV. The color is great. The color here is amazing, but I don't know. It's something about it that just feels a little gaudy. You know what I'm saying? A little gaudy. It's maybe a little too much. I feel like either you're gonna do these feathers or you're gonna do the dripping diamondells or the dripping crystals coming from the bust area. But I think altogether it's just too much. And quite frankly, I don't know if those feathers are gonna be in her face the entire reunion. So she might have to swat them away. But I is feeling but I am feeling the color. And she did, the nice slick hair is it works for me. But something about it is just, it's a lot going on. It's like looking at Times Square. There's so much to look at in so many different directions. Okay. Now let's move on. More feathers. More feathers, but this time we have wings. Ooh, I have seen better looks on Meredith on a regular day. Now I do like her hair. Okay. Um, and the color, I think it kind of works a little bit, but I don't really think this is the one, Meredith. Um, it first of all, I can't tell what type of material. This again is too much going on. Okay, there is the mesh at the top that I feel like is just displaced. Okay, and then if you look closely at the material, it looks like the material is bunched up or just wrinkled up in some way, shape, or form, and then the pants are drooped, um, and they look a little baggy, and the suit just look a little wrinkled to me. Maybe it's the material or something like that. I really don't know. It just this to me, I've seen Meredith look a lot better. She could have just put on one of her regular pantsuits and called it a day if she was gonna do this. And I likes Meredith's style sometimes, but to me, I don't know what was happening here. She did not hit the nail on the head. Okay. That's what it looked like. A polyester blend. And you know how polyester look after you done worn it about 35 times and washed it 35 times? That's kind of what it's giving me. And y'all know, let me tell you something. This ain't no roast or nothing like that. I'm giving you guys my honest opinion because y'all know I do like fashion. Okay. Even though I don't consider myself like I'm not, walking around in a bunch of designer. My name ain't Marlo Hampton or Dorit Kemsley or nothing like that, but I feel like I know what I like. Okay. She's done better, and I feel like today was not her day. Tish B says, "Stop forcing blazers on us." Tish, I would have been fine with a regular blazer. Give me a regular blazer in a fitted suit, okay? But this is a no for me. Okay, it's a no. Okay, so Heather too is in a deep purple. No, what is this color? Oh, it's sapphire. That's what it says in the thing. Okay. On the description on BravoTV.com, it says sapphire. So we're gonna work with that. Well, what I will say about this is that it is not a bad look. Okay. It does not wow me, but I feel like it's an okay dress. I feel like the color, she looks comfortable. That's what I will say. She does look very comfortable in the dress. Um, it's not wow. But the danger with attempting a wow is that sometimes a wow can turn into a whoa. Like, whoa, you're doing a little much. But she did not wow me, but she did not whoa me, and she did not disturb me either. Okay. Um, I do feel like this is something I could have found at the mall. Um, but it ain't bad. She just in the middle for me. Okay. She's in the middle. She's in the middle. But it does. It looks very comfortable to me. She looks comfortable. And I feel like that is what you want if you're going to be sitting for 12 hours and you got to sit straight up in your chair like this. Okay? You want to be comfy. And side note, oh, they still sold out. Let me tell you something. It has been so hard to get more. It is such a big issue right now, but I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on getting these greens back in stock because I know a lot of people want them. Yeah, it looks comfortable. Let's move on. Here we have Jenny Nguyen in another, what they say on the site is a sapphire number. Okay. Well, this one is a tough one for me. It's a tough one for me because when I look at the color in comparison with the background, the color is actually amazing. And maybe it's her stance, the way she's standing, because sometimes you have to know how to pose in a gown, and I know not a lot of the ladies here can probably attest to that a little bit better. So when you just standing like this, you can't really show off whether or not the dress is fabulous or not. Comparatively so, Heather stood and I felt like she was like, yes, I'm gonna give you this side embellishment. But Jenny was like, okay, y'all, it's my first reunion. Hey, no pose, okay? No pose. The color again is outstanding. It's outstanding. But there's something about this that I don't quite feel for her. Jenny, I felt like could have done something a little bit more form-fitting. And maybe it is, but I just can't tell because of the way she's standing. Tish P says, call Real Housewives of Atlanta or Real Housewives of Potomac and get reunion gown tips. Okay. This is it. This is the one right here. Haven Babe says Jenny is standing like her mom is forcing her to take a photo for her middle school dance. This is it right here. That's it. The dress is wearing her. These two comments basically state what it is that I'm trying to say. Okay. It's the pose and the angle. This is it. This is it. This is it. Okay. It's the middle school dance. The dress is wearing her. The dress should never wear you. Okay. All right. It's got a cape on it too. Anyway. LisaBarlow. LisaBarlow in another purple hue. Well, what I will say is that this dress will probably look better sitting down. Because a part of me feels like it should be shorter, in some way, shape, or form. And there are these wrinkles. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's the way the dress gathers or something like that. I can't really tell. But I feel like this dress will look better when she's sitting down. And I felt like she needed to do a little bit of a different pose. Like there's a red carpet pose that these ladies haven't yet seemed to master. And I feel like when they master them, I feel like that will help the look. Again, at the top, I'm okay with it, but the bottom is like it's it would have looked, wait, somebody has said it. It would have looked way better shorter. I mean, to me, it would have looked much better shorter. Like, I mean, give us a good old leg here, LisaBarlow. Give us a leg. Give us a leg, baby. Give us a leg, okay? Um, it's very metallic looking. Yes, it's very shiny. Very, very shiny. There's something, yeah. So here's my final consensus on this one. When she sits down, and I don't have to look at the bottom, I think she's gonna look great sitting. Okay, imagine the frame, y'all. Imagine the shot. She's sitting down. All we see is the top part of that, and we never look at the leg. We good. We are good. But if I gotta look at this leg, the dress, it don't work for me altogether because I feel like it's a lot of lame, okay? A lot of lame material. That shiny material, that's just like it's too much. It's just too much. Um, but yeah, these are some interesting. Overall, I will tell you. Overall, again, um, I will tell you, they all look beautiful in terms of hair, makeup, fabulous. I'm with all of that. The color scheme overall, I'm here for it. It's just the execution of some of the gowns I feel like needs a lot of work. It's cohesive, we can say that, but it does make me wonder what Miss Mary would have worn. Okay, what did Miss Mary have up her sleeve? I'm sure it was. I'm sure, again, like I said yesterday, she would have been draped and dripped in Dolce Gabbana, Versace, Chanel. She didn't pull it off last reunion, I'll say that much. But I'm sure she would have given us something to talk about. She probably would have wore a hat. Okay. But anyway, thank you guys for our little rendition of Fashion Police for these Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion. I couldn't listen. I was gonna do it again. I was gonna do this and pre-record it, but I felt like this would be much more fun when we can, see each other's reactions to the looks. You know what I'm saying? So that'll conclude our Sky Squad edition of Fashion Police. Until next reunion, or somebody else wants us to comment on their looks, that's it for now. But if we can't say nothing else nice about this, we can say this: they look better than the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I mean, there you go. All right. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, we got a super chat real quick. Throw all the looks away. They're giving me Fraggle Rock meets the Housewife. Oh, real quick, if you guys, who was your best dressed? Okay. Who was your best dressed and who was your worst dressed? Real quick. Michael Golden says you need to check out Sherelle's World interview with Mary's former church member is T. Well, we will definitely do that. Thank you for alerting us to that. Shout out to Sherelle's World as well. Y'all know I am a fan of just content creators in general. So especially somebody else that is doing the doggone thing. She's an OG and she has been killing it. Who was your best dressed? Oh, Heather, Whitney. None. You got to give me one. I think Whitney was my best dressed, but that's just me. I felt like she pulled off. I mean, she served to me. Okay. Um, Whitney and Meredith was the worst. Mary, because she wasn't there. Cammy Cam says Lisa, I guess. Some people, oh, Jen. Jenny was the best. Meredith was the worst. Whitney and Jenny. Andy got it easy, y'all. Andy got it easy. All he got to do is wear a suit. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to get wrong, you know? Jen. Okay. Well, listen. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for, walking down that lane with me today. We had a little fun today. Make sure you guys, and maybe they'll look better sitting down. I don't know. Make sure you guys stay locked onto the channel. And we will catch you guys in the next video.